Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Becky. Myself and my parents are taking you on our journey from Blackpool to Southampton to embark on our cruise to Norway in search of the Northern Lights. The evening before, I completed last minute checks to make sure I packed everything I need. As you can see, I packed in my Minnie Mouse suitcase. The essential documents you need are your passport. You need to print off your cruise booking pass and luggage tags. I would do that a couple of days before your trip. I purchased luggage tags label holders from Amazon. I found these really helpful, although they're a little bit fiddly to arrange onto your suitcase, but I got there. Cash and credit cards. When you embark on the ship, you will receive a key card for entry to your cabin. This also acts as a payment card and ID. Every time you embark or disembark the ship, the ship staff will scan your key card. You also need to pack medication such as seasickness remedies. Although I did pack these originally, but I found that I didn't need these, but it's always a good idea to have these anyway, and paracetamol and any medication you feel you need. If you want to use the swimming pool when you board the ship, I would recommend taking a swimsuit in your carry-on luggage, because when you arrive at the port, your larger suitcases that you would normally store in the hold are taken from the coach transfer to the ship, and then they will reappear outside your cabin, but this can take up to a couple of hours after you board. So if you wanted to go for a swim straight away, I would recommend packing these in your hand luggage. Pack casual daytime wear, casual evening wear and formal night attire. We decided to travel to Southampton using the P&O Cruises coach transfer provided by Cruise Connect. We received the location details in an email in plenty of time. They asked us to meet at the Premier Inn Hotel, where Blackpool Airport used to be located. The location details were not clear, they just stated outside the Premier Inn. We assumed it meant to meet at the hotel entrance. We booked a Uber to take us to the hotel, and I find that if you're booking a Uber, it's best to book it last minute, not pre-book it, because if you pre-book it, you get charged more than if you don't pre-book it. I don't know why that is, but it is what it is. The Uber driver was very good, very friendly. He arrived on time. We booked for him to pick us up maybe about 15 minutes earlier than we would need to set off, just to give us a bit more time. So he dropped us off at the entrance, helped us with uploading our luggage. He thought we were all good to go, so he drove off. We then walked up to the entrance, and a friendly member of the Holiday Inn staff popped out and asked what we were waiting for and who we were waiting for. We explained we were meeting the coach transfer for the cruise. They then explained that the meeting point would be at the side of the pub, which wouldn't be an issue for us because we haven't got mobility issues, but this meant that we needed to transfer our suitcases back along the main road and then to turn left. We didn't need to wait long before the coach transfer arrived. the coach transfer service is called Cruise Connect. We boarded and set off down the M55 motorway. The coach transfer picked up additional passengers at Preston bus station, Bolton service station. We then carried on to Stoke-on-Trent and had a 20-minute break. There is a Starbucks at this service station, and many passengers decided to grab some food or drink before reboarding the coach. The next break was at Walbrook services. We had a 40-minute break and chose to grab lunch from WH Smith's and consume this in the seating area located in the middle of the shopping area. As you can see from the video, we are now at the Southampton port, waiting to be directed to the areas that we need to be dropped off so we can board the ship. We are boarding the Aurora P&O Cruises. The Aurora is known for its classic design and elegant adults-only atmosphere. It's a mid-sized vessel with a capacity of around 1,874 passengers. The ship was launched in 2000 and has been refurbished to keep its amenities modern. And in fact, after our cruise finished, it stopped at Southampton and it had another refurbishment. So in the future, it would be nice to find out what it looks like now. The ship offers a variety of entertainment options, including theatres, the Curzon Theatre and the Playhouse to host production shows, films and classical concerts. There are numerous lounges and bars such as the Carmen's, which is a show lounge, the Crow's Nest for live music and we I really enjoyed the Crow's Nest. It was right at the top floor of the ship, and especially during the day it could be quite quiet up there, so it's a nice place to sit down and relax. There's a bar there, you can order food if you want to. You can listen to music, you can read a book, and you can watch the views of the sea, or if you're at port, the views of the port, which all the ports we visited were beautiful. Norway is a fantastic country to visit. I would highly recommend it. There are numerous lounges and bars such as Carmen's, a show lounge, Champion's, a sports themed pub. There are plenty of activities you can enjoy, such as dance classes. I joined in the a couple of the dance classes, line dancing, and it's actually quite funny because at certain points I hadn't experienced it before because I've not joined in a dance class. The ship sort of moves slightly, or ever so slightly, because when you're at sea, you are at sea and you're moving on across the sea. And so when you'd start a dance routine and then change it or change sides, and you would sort of like wobble a little bit, which was quite funny. Everybody was laughing, so it was quite a nice social event. The dance classes, you can go attend the quiz shows. There's a casino. I didn't partake in the casino. I joined in the bingo, although I did feel like the bingo was quite pricey. I only joined in on it one of the evenings. It was enjoyable, and the staff were very good at keeping you entertained and engaged. They have a library, which is where the Crow's Nest is, and there is quite a few quiet areas if you just fancy sitting and reading a book up there. And there are various sports like archery and golf nets, although I can't remember seeing these, but I didn't specifically have a look to find out where these were. Aurora has a wide range of dining options from the main restaurants like the Alexandria and Medina. These are like silver service options, and they're very, very nice. You can, get dressed up, and it's just nice to be waited on. And the staff are wonderful, and it's about a 5-course meal from a menu that you choose. You normally have a couple of options. You can see that, I think that's the Carmen's Theatre. This will be me walking around the ship on the day of departure. And there's us sailing away from Southampton. It just looks really calm in the sea. I'm just thinking, only a couple of hours ago I was in Blackpool. I think I walked around the promenade a few times, just taking it all in. I felt like going from Southampton on the cruise and not having a fly cruise was definitely better than flying. When you check in at the port, you don't go through the same security that you would do at an airport, which just makes it nicer and more relaxing to board the ship. You just, it's just very easy, very quick process. I mean, obviously there is security scanners, so they can, so there is security as you go on the ship, but it's not this. It doesn't feel the same. Definitely more relaxing. I went on a cruise in the start of 2024, and that was a fly cruise, and it was for a week. It was at Tenerife, and I definitely found this one more relaxing. And the coach transfer was lovely. The coach driver was really nice and in good humour. We was joking with it all the passengers, and especially we were picked up very early in the morning, and he carried on being that kind of personality all the way through. They also have specialty venues for eating, like the Sundu, which is for Indian cuisine, but that is one that you have to pay extra for. Another one you need to pay extra for, but looked nice, is called the Glass House, which is a wine bar and restaurant. I didn't eat at this restaurant. I feel like I went near it. I went near the Sindhu, outside of it, and there was a coffee house, and I had a hot chocolate from there, which costs extra. That's not included in your fee. The ship also features a gym with modern equipment, a spa and salon, and several pools and hot tubs. Now, maybe every couple of days you will receive through your cabin door special offers on the spa and the salon, which I thought was very good. I mean, I didn't partake in any of the offers, but they were there and you could do if you wanted to. The Aurora offers various cabin types. We decided on an ocean view cabin. Now, when I travelled to Tenerife the previous year, I had an inside cabin with no ocean view, and I really appreciate the ocean view this time round. It was fantastic to see us travelling to the ports each morning as we were coming in, travelling out of the port. Even on sea days, just looking outside your ocean view window and just being in awe of like being in the middle of the ocean, how beautiful it can be. As you can see, I'm walking around the prom as we're sailing away from Southampton. It's bringing back really good memories. When you first board a cruise ship, the main place you'll be directed to meet is your muster station for mandatory safety drill. After check-in, you'll be informed where your muster station is. You will then be directed to where your cabin room is. At the entrance to your cabin room, you'll be able to collect a welcome letter, your cabin key, and any additional information you need to be aware of. When we entered our cabin, as you can see, we have the ocean view, and the window was massive, far more bigger than we originally thought it would be. This was very convenient for looking out when we were travelling to a port or from a port, or just on sea days, just looking out and being in awe of being in the middle of the ocean. There's a safety notice on the back of that door. That's our bathroom. Plenty of towels, sink, shower, huge mirror, toilet. Come out of the bathroom, that's the entrance to our cabin, and there's a cupboard right next to it. In fact, the cupboards were massive. There's mum and dad.